Rainier View Christian Church, since its origin as a church plant in 1955, has always had a leadership committed to the future, at times spiritually adventurous and at times wisely foresightful, and always gospel-centered. RVCC has had a heart for discipleship, outreach, and community partnership throughout its almost 7 decades of existence. There have been many defining moments in Rainier View's history, and most of them have centered around the kind of exponential steps forward that a unified all-church effort can bring. From the initial purchase of the tire shop and land where the church began, to the construction of the original Parkland brick building, from the investment in the land and building currently at our Parkland campus, to the insightful investment in 80 acres of land that eventually became the home for our current Graham building, Rainier View has regularly come together sacrificially to step out in faith and trust God for new direction. Now is one of those turning point moments for us. Emerging from the worst of the COVID-19 pandemic, it's time to turn a corner to the next chapter in the life of RVCC. And this is your invitation to be all in with us and for Jesus. Jesus said in Luke 10:27, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself." We want to follow Jesus' call in those areas. Our leaders have been working on understanding God's calling and direction in the form of 6 core commitments that we are rallying around.
We want to become a people who are wildly generous with our time, our finances, and our abilities. We want to be people who learn to give up our preferences to make room for people from all different backgrounds and ethnicities to find a place to belong here at Rainier View. We want to be committed to being a people who are either exploring our faith or we're spiritually curious, or for those of us who are spiritually maturing to help guide others along in their journey. We want to become a people who break cycles of shame and fear and help others explore freedom in Jesus. We want to become a people who show up for our cities and serve and make an unignorable difference in our communities. We want to commit to be people who change our methods but never the message to ensure that Jesus becomes real to the next generations.
But a vision without resources is just a dream. This journey that we're taking together at its core is about discipleship. We will be leaning hard into the various foundational rhythms of following Jesus: daily devotions, prayer, serving, engaging in community through small groups, breaking strongholds, especially of materialism, sharing our story in our neighborhoods, in Pierce County, and globally. But at every turn, embedded in each rhythm, will be a call to generosity. The primary goal of this initiative will be 100% engagement and participation of everyone who calls RVCC their church home, to go on a journey of discipleship that will stretch and grow us in new ways. As we learn how to be more and more generous in all areas of our lives, the transformation that happens within us is far more important than what our giving provides. However, as God shapes us through our sacrificial generosity, He also will provide resources for crucial ministry to happen in 4 critical areas.
Another one of the spigots for our all-in initiative is this reducing building debt. And yes, we want to be people committed to being free of debt because it holds us back from pursuing the good things that God wants us to do. But it's not really just about getting out of debt. That's not the goal. As we reduce debt, it enables us to increase the ability to do ministry, to fund things that we would love to do more frequently or in a more intentional way, to get back to things like our Night to Shine prom, where we served dozens and dozens of individuals with special needs and put on a full prom experience. We want to be able to step into more boldly the needs in our local communities and show up in ways to make an unignorable difference by meeting all the hurts and the needs that people are experiencing in Pierce County, and really being able to invest in more ministries to meet people in their grief, in their divorce, in their addiction, and to be able to help people experience that freedom and new life that can come in Jesus.
Our second goal for the All-In initiative is to fully fund our ongoing ministries with an annual budget that provides stability year over year. We want to ensure that our staff is healthy, supported, and resourced for the long haul of vocational ministry. We want to continue to invest in RVCC kids and students because we believe there is a correlation between what we do for the next generation and the overall health of a church body. And finally, we want to make sure to keep pace with rising costs so that RVCC can continue to be a place that offers Sunday worship services, online campus and resources, community groups, rooted, next steps, and serve as a venue for milestone moments such as child dedications, baptisms, weddings, and memorials.
Another one of our spigots for All In is really tithing on what comes in and giving outside of ourselves to support both our local and global partnerships. And so that's going to show up in increased generosity and blessing above and beyond what we're already committing to helping Coffee Oasis double the amount of beds that they have for homeless teens in Pierce County. This is going to build new schools to break generational cycles of just abuse and dysfunction all halfway around the world in Kenya for families that desperately have asked us for it. And so many other ways that we are going to be able to make just some amazing investments in seeing God's kingdom expand beyond ourselves, both right here in Pierce County and beyond.
Our fourth goal is to invest in our physical campus facilities. In the 68th year of Rainier View, we don't want to take for granted that God has blessed us with 2 buildings, and we are convinced that any gift from God needs to be managed well. By investing in what we already have, we can continue to create warm, welcoming, safe, and effective environments for both the curious and the committed to encounter Jesus and continue their spiritual journey of following Him. This will also allow us to further use our campuses as a resource to serve our local communities. Some of the projects we hope to complete include replacing and repairing an aging roof and HVAC system, remodeling the Olympic room for our community dinners, Joy Givers, and Tahoma Church, upgrading the foyer and interior spaces of Graham Campus, and improving and replacing lighting, tech, and security across both campuses as needed.
We want to invite you to be a part of that vision. So what are our next steps? First, will you commit to being here every Sunday morning during the 6 weeks of All In, from Sunday, April 16th to Sunday, May 21st? Second, will you join an All In small group where we will make friends, engage in community, and take a deeper look at our Sunday messages and those themes together? Third, will you begin to pray and discern what a sacrificial commitment over 2 years looks like for you and your family as you trust Jesus to multiply your intentional gifts to His glory? Remember, we're looking for 100% participation, so it will take all of us. Please join us as we all join together for All In.